Hello, Maddie, aka Hello Interloper here. Today I'm going to show you Dragons B10, and this is a little intimidating for me because I just was able to do this. And I'm going to be completely honest, I looked online for tips and tricks on dragons, and apparently what really made the difference for me was the leader skill. I don't know how the hell to say this guy's name, Vertiheel or whatever. It's the fire vampire. He's really sought after, and most likely you probably won't have him unless you're really lucky. I ended up saving up my exclusive summons for him, which are the summoning stones. I saved literally, oh my goodness, I think it was somewhere like 1,200 stones. I saved over months, and I spent all my guild points on them, and by some miracle, 20 summons afterwards, he popped lightning. I was so happy. He's really useful. But if you have another speed leader, it probably will work too. So he's the leader here in my team. He increases the attack speed of ally monsters in dungeons by 28%. Unfortunately, the alternative is usually a Sylph, which will give much lower percentage. Like if I switch it to Tyron, whatever, Tyrion. There's so many ways you could say these names. I just wing it. That's 19%. That's a 9% difference. It really does make or break it sometimes to have a good speed leader. And then I have Veramos, pretty much the dungeon staple. He's there for, the debuff clearing and stunning and whatnot. Belladion, great healer. Briand, and I know it's kind of surprising to see Briand on a team that's going against a fire aspected boss, but Briand's able to survive it. If you have a lot of HP on him, he still acts as an amazing reviver for any dungeon. And then I have it rounded off with Chloe, who unfortunately is kind of another hard-to-get monster. Once again, I saved up my exclusive summons. I know it is so tempting to use your exclusive summons when you get stones. I mean, at the end of every week, I'm kind of like, ooh, I got, 100 from guild. Ooh, I really want to use them. What could I get? Maybe I'll get a 5-star. Don't do it. Wait until a week that has something in the pool that you really need, and usually bet on a 4-star. You're probably never going to get the 5-star that's in the pool. I mean, it just is what it is. I managed to get a 5-star from the pool once. I was saving up for a Cassis, a Sassis, whatever, Wind Sylphid, or Lushan, Lucian, whatever you call him, Wind Joker. I wanted one of those. I somehow got Chiwu, who was the Fire Pioneer. I don't know how the hell that happened. Either way, exclusive stones. Save them. So, it's very likely that you don't have this exact team. If you do, good for you. But you probably don't. So this will probably serve as a bit of an inspiration for what you could do. I mean, you could probably put another monster that has immunity instead of Chloe, another reviver instead of Briand, another speed leader rather than Verde, whatever. It's funny because a lot of people say, oh, Verde is green in Spanish. Then why is it a fire vampire? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of an oversight. I don't know. Maybe Vertiheel is like some famous vampire name. I don't know. I'm kind of blabbering right now. Let's get to the point. Let's do dragons. So, unfortunately, I do not have a 100% success rate. This is rather new for me. So, let's hope this doesn't blunder right away. Alright, so I started the clock, and the nice thing about dragons is that these crystals do not do AoE damage like giants do. The big crystals in giants can really mess you up. That's why they always go first when you're doing a non-auto giants group. A lot of people always ask, like, why is dragons so hard? Like, they beat Giants B10 and they're like, what is up with dragons? Dragons is like giants on steroids. The reason is you're expected to kind of have a bit of a progression from through Giants, and then you're supposed to farm Giants B10 to be able to do Dragons. Of course, a lot of people try it all at once and then get really frustrated saying, okay, I can never do Dragons B10. I was kind of like that. I was stuck at B8 forever. And you know, it's really funny because I honestly think, I don't know if it was B8 or B9, is harder than B10, which is absolutely ridiculous. But as you can see, things are going pretty well. I've got immunity on, and I was able to avoid his cooldown time thing. Uh-oh, Vero's in trouble. But he's fine now. So, yeah, I mean, Chloe, she's really useful. I mean, she does have that immunity and invincibility, but really for this, the invincibility isn't what is so important. It's having the immunity and also having that extra heal. Because sometimes healing is really nice. I mean, Bella is great, but you need a little bit of an extra kick sometimes. And as always, Verde does great with a high crit percentage, because every time he crits, he gives attack bar power to everybody, which is wonderful. And unfortunately, when he does auto, he does use his second skill, which is pretty much a guaranteed crit, but it only hits once. That's why a lot of people say do not skill up Verde, because if he does skill up that second skill fully, he will get a cooldown reduction by 1 turn, and then he uses that more often. Now, this is what I do. I kill the right crystal, and only the right crystal, because the right crystal grants this guy immunity, and immunity is bad, because that means you can't use any continuous damage, you can't put on any debuffs, so on and so forth, and unfortunately, this is a tough crystal. This is usually what makes or breaks this auto run for me, is that stupid crystal. Either, you know, he does enough damage and I can't time the immunity right and whatnot, but, you know, Chloe's always there to fill up the ones with extra low damage, and then Brienne is just always great security, just in case somebody dies. And things seem to be going pretty smoothly. I mean, unfortunately, we are still working on that crystal, but everybody seems to be surviving for the most part. And having Vero, of course, clear the debuffs between Chloe's cooldown for the immunity is always nice. Alright, finally, working on the dragon himself. Now, the dragon does have really high resistance, and unless you've got good accuracy on your guys, you're probably not going to land many debuffs. So, as you can see, quite a few of them failed. But I'm getting some stuff on. It is what it is. It's a slow, arduous process, but it is what it is. So there we go. We're all fully healed almost, and we're going, and we've got some continuous damage on, which is always nice. Ah, another hit. It's the continuous damage that really helps with dragons. I would definitely have at least one guy on your team that does have some kind of continuous damage attack, just because it's always so nice to use continuous damage on a boss with really high HP, because it's a percentage-based debuff. You know, it takes 5% for every tick, which is great. Great against guys with really high defense, you know, really high resistance. If you can get through it, just slowly decimating their HP. So, as you can see, he is almost dead. We almost got it. And, you know, we're having a few close calls here, but it's working. And there we go. It's down. And now we stop the clock, and we have 5 minutes and 5 seconds. So, by all means, it is not a speed run, but it works. And I have it down, which is good. Okay, let's see what's in this stupid thing. Okay. Revenge, Rune Ended. It's got defense and crit damage, and I'm not too happy about that HP. But you know what? I'll take it anyway. I probably will never use it. I'll probably be selling it down the line. But whatever. I'm building up my runes because I got a lot of monsters I want to rune. Alright, so that is my Dragons B10 video. I know that you probably can't recreate this exact group because, let's face it, luck of the draw. Sometimes you have terrible luck, sometimes you have okay luck. You won't always get what you want or what's useful, but there's a lot of different ways how to build a Dragons team. I mean, literally countless ways. Hopefully this serves as somewhat of an inspiration to building your own. Anyway, until next time.